Hello, fellow Shades! Rio Shadowing Conclave here with an episode of Soul Hackers, where today I have half the demons I had last time because I basically brought them all into one. So, who do you want me to read? We got Lilum, we got Kodama,
Haridi. I like Haridi and Swanee.
Andrus, and Basculus.
Basilisk is cool. Let's go ahead and read the Basilisk, and then read the Emi.
A dark dragon from northern Africa marked by wings and a crested crown. Its name means king of snakes, and both its breath and gaze are so toxic that they instantly kill any human or animal unfortunate enough to be subjugated to them. And who else? Who else? The Lilum, Paperboy, Red Dress, Dragon, Turtle.
Haridi this time.
Haridi,
the red dress.
A Buddhist goddess, also known as Kishi Mojin. She was originally an evil devil who ate children, but when Buddha hid the most beloved of her 500 children, she was sickened with sorrow, having been taught the pain of losing a child. She then became a good god and started eating pomegranates instead of children.
My god, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know where we go exactly from here, like I told him, but I assume we're just going to the safe house and we're going to talk to be like, oh, what do we do now? Let's wait for a full moon. That won't take like 3 weeks to happen.
Ash is her own person.
Oh.
You don't just get to take her back.
I know that.
Whoa. Wasn't expecting it to be just you two. Where's Arrow and Melody?
Seriously.
Oh, welcome back, Ringo.
We got better shit to do.
They're all gathering information on Iron Mask.
Weird. Not a duo you'd expect. Is something going on?
It's my fault, Ringo. I asked a question I shouldn't have.
I'm sorry. Okay, so you instigated it. Okay, what
Figue
asked?
asked me if Ash was what I was
how
trying
did-
to take back.
Ash was true. Wait, what? Big asked me if Ash was what I was trying to take
Sorry,
back.
I got kind of heated, Figue.
Right.
Don't apologize. I'm the one who asked. But if you already knew what I was saying, then why?
Part of it is just desperation. I have to fix this, because I know it's my fault.
How?
I failed her. Ash needed hope. Something to believe in. And I couldn't prove my world of light was worth that. That's why she's here now.
World of Light?
Isn't that the campaign from...
The colors wave into a spiral of flame.
Yeah.
Alright.
Look, being a summoner is all about kill or be killed. And someday, you end up paying the price for the things you've done. The lives you've ruined. That's just our natural reward. Summoner's karma, they call it. And we wanted a world where that was a thing of the past.
But you got the opposite.
I really believed we weren't doomed to hide in the shadows forever. We could live together in the light. But it wasn't enough to convince her, I guess. That's why she's trapped with Iron Mask now. She's a prisoner of her fear, of the summoner's karma. So I want to save her from that.
Saizo, I don't know if you should be thinking of saving her.
How do you mean?
Is her fear really what's keeping her trapped? I think I learned something from Arrow and Kaburagi. Even if people feel the same way, or want the same things, or want the best for each other, sometimes they're still going to clash. To me, Ash seemed to really regret killing you. Did you ever really ask what she wanted? Or did you take it for granted that her dream was the same as yours?
You're right. I need to hear how she feels. Took me long enough to realize it. Thanks, Fig. I know what I gotta do now.
I mean, it's what most relationships need. If you don't understand what they need, or you don't have these conversations, you can't exactly address them by any means. The idea that ignoring it or that it will just go away with time is very naive and not exactly the smartest play, because that's not the reality. You can't just fix a problem by letting it sit there and just letting it go away and forgotten about.
Then it marinate. You can't let issues marinate, is what he means.
No. I just spoke my mind, that's all. I'm glad if it helped.
I will say, if you get a Netflix subscription, there's a different movie I would also recommend for you, which is The Mitchells vs. the Machines.
Okay.
It's
It's
also
from
very
Raven.
interesting in its design, and it's really adorable. And it's pretty good for the whole family, so, I could definitely see you, like if you had a movie night or something, you could totally put that on and it'd be a really cute movie.
He wants to hear about what
Right.
happened with Mangetsu.
Fair enough.
And he says he might be able to help with the Phantom Society.
He did help us. We should probably go check in with him.
Wait, who's willing to help us? I gotta admit, I did kind of lose it for a second. Oh, it's Raven? Raven? Who is Raven? Have we talked to a Raven? I don't think we have.
Wasn't Raven at the children's home?
Oh, was Raven the
Oh,
teacher? Maybe. I could see. Yeah, okay,
I
maybe
thought
Raven.
so.
That might be who it is. I don't remember what they called him, honestly. I don't remember what they called him. I just was thinking, I was like, who the hell's Raven?
Let's meet up with Arrow and Melody at
And,
Hydrant
and
and head to
apparently he
Komodori
did
for
help,
now.
so supposedly it has to be him, since there's only a few people who've directly helped us. Like, that aren't directly on the team, I mean.
Right.
Okay. Now let's go to Raven, because honestly, main mission is honestly probably something I need to focus on, because honestly, like I said, the more time we give technical difficulties to happen, the more time we're in trouble.
The more likely they're gonna happen. The more likely they are going to happen. Okay, Current area is unchecked capitalism, rampant materialism. God, who fucking wrote this game? Kojima? Or Kojima, I mean?
You can go check.
Kojima, what the fuck? No, it wasn't Kojima, I doubt it heavily.
Oh no, I doubt it's
But,
Kojima. I'm just saying you could go see who the writer is and see what else they've done.
I mean, okay, sure.
It's not giving much else to do. Press, my teacher says
No, I
would
really
be
don't.
yes. Okay, no. Is Raven not? Do I
Good
not?
for you.
I'm confused. I guess this isn't the right place? Oh no, they said direct location. They said Hydrant.
Oh.
They said Hydrant, that's where.
I don't remember where that's at though.
Well, I mean, there's only one place called the Hydrant.
I don't remember.
It's the only place you can have hangout events.
Oh! I do recognize this area. I know this area.
It's fine.
So
We just got here ourselves. Are we heading straight to Komodori?
I mean, I did, but you guys didn't go there?
Arrow, doesn't Raven have work to do there? We wouldn't want to barge in and get in the way.
That won't be a problem. He's got a lot of kids to look after. If we show up and he's not free, we can always hang out with them.
We can help take care of them?
Of course.
All right, let's go.
Sounds like hard work, being on perpetual babysitting duty.
I mean, do you have anything better to do? We're trying to save the world here. Like, in no underemphasis, you have fucking nothing better to do, so stop complaining.
Still,
Right.
Raven was a Yatagarasu elite. How does an underworld big shot go from being a legend to running an orphanage?
I mean, I could see him faking his death, theoretically. Like, presumably not many people, presumably anyone who did know his former identity would have hid it if he wanted to bail out of the business. So, I mean, in his scenario, I could see maybe if someone was super investigative, but presumably if they're careful with the information, no one would be able to get to the info of finding out he is at the orphanage.
Well,
Right.
You gotta work on that poker face, Arrow. A face like that is a big neon sign saying there's a story here.
I've never been good at hiding things.
What do you mean?
Fig, I don't think you understand. I literally can't hide shit from anyone. I don't understand. What do you mean you can't hide stuff?
He means the orphanage is a front.
I'm
It's a
shit at lies.
Yatagarasu operation. Am I right?
Oh, I actually didn't
Well, sure.
connect the dots.
These underworld factions pull that stuff all the time. But there are way more profitable side ventures than an orphanage.
Yeah, but then again,
Unless-
this is a organization that sees itself as morally good and portrays itself that way, so they would see. And if they're being moral, they would do their best to prepare the future generations, no matter what the means are.
All the kids there have the potential to develop supernatural powers.
Ah,
So that's it.
it's
So
an academy.
So much for your hero.
Yeah, it's an
In the
indoctrination
end, he's
center
no
of
protector
some
or
kind.
guardian. He's just a handler for company assets.
I mean, you're not
Yeah,
wrong
kinda.
by many means.
No, it's straight up an indoctrination center. It's straight up.
What is she talking about?
Hi, doggy.
What?
Come on,
Wait,
Fig.
what?
You're supposed to be quick on the uptake.
My dog is on my bed and it just woke
I
up.
see.
She means
And
that
they're being a
orphanage is a
sweetie pie.
training ground. They're grooming future summoners.
Yeah.
Man, for being good guys, I can't believe they're groomers.
I see. So all of those children, they're all going to get caught up in this fighting.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
actually, if
they're
you
being
think about it, right?
trained
If you think about it, now I don't know if this would be the result, but if we theoretically somehow destroy any or one of the covenants, would Project C just go would Project C just go up in dust if they couldn't get all the covenants? Like theoretically, what if you just hid like one of the covenants forever, so they just never could find it? Like that'd be I guess it's, well no, they're not attracted to each other either. It's just that when they're in like plain sight, they know they can see each other. Like if they're both in like the hub of the city and it's open view, they can see like they're glowing. I think that's how they described it. But presumably if they're not like physically like it's not like a compass scenario, then couldn't you literally just like hide the covenant in like an old lady or something, and just like keep putting old people in like the house?
Have it somewhere. Right, just have it somewhere completely inconspicuous.
Obscure.
Right.
It's not guaranteed. There are some years where none of the kids make that choice to be a summoner. I was the
Oh.
only one in my year.
Do they even know?
No. And the kids with potential only find out about devil summoners once they're ready to leave Komodori. But nobody's forcing them to pick up a comp. They're the
That's
ones
how
who
they're
make the
good
decision.
guys. They give them the choice.
And that's how you justify it.
Still, like, it's
Well-
still not very justified.
Ooh, 7?
No.
Hold on, this choice gives 7. Okay, I've got to give this to...
Hold
It's a
on.
necessary evil, right?
Evil, huh?
If that word bothers you, then you can pretend it's just
Yeah,
a gym class
straight
for
up.
kids who love professional athletes.
Doesn't matter how you look at it. Reality is reality.
If they're,
At least they do
you
have
know,
free will.
constantly being
Or the
trained
pretense of it.
and like
I know this isn't right.
predetermined.
Manipulating
right
people
to choose
isn't what
this.
Yatagarasu's about.
Really, it seems to be at least a decent part of it.
Then why doesn't anyone say
Like
anything? Why doesn't
everything
anyone try to
has
stop
that
it?
Because eventually you just...
because nobody wants
Understand.
to.
People like me and Raven are the only way we can fight back against the Phantom Society.
So you learn firsthand that the cycle doesn't make sense, but you can't break out of it. Reminds me of what Kaburagi was saying. There's a fine line between the kind of deep, principled belief people respect and brainwashed zealotry.
Maybe I am being manipulated. Maybe that's why I'm committed enough that I'd fight to the end.
Hold on, I'm sorry, did he actually say that? Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember Kakaragi at all, and that might have been because I grinded and basically ran through him. Like the first time I lost him, I just, like, gave up on
Right.
interpreting him. But, like, if he actually said that, that actually kind of seems pretty deep. Like, or am I just thinking it's deep because I'm being a dumbass and not actually retaining what it's saying?
Reminds me of what Kaburagi was saying. There's a fine line between the kind of
What's
deep, principled belief people respect and brainwashed zealotry.
Right. I mean, it's not really that deep. It's just true. It's just common. I guess not common sense
Common
is
knowledge,
it is
but it's...
common, but it should be common knowledge.
Yeah.
Arrow.
That doesn't, and
It
that
kind
also
of
doesn't
reminds
mean
me...
that people who even like understand something like that, it doesn't mean that they're like unable to be brainwashed either. Because like everyone can be brainwashed and has some to some degree, and everyone has things that they could very well be wrong on. And there's just a lot of people that might not be able to recognize that, even if they understand that this is
Yeah.
true.
It kind of reminds
That
me.
it's like
It kind of
happening
reminds
to
me of
them.
how older people don't give any attempt of respect towards like people's like trying to find their identity, or like when they think they found it and they're trying to assert
Right.
their identity, and people can just blow it off. And well, in certain cases, I'm not saying they're always like, not saying that everyone needs to have exactly, needs to spout off, oh, I'm like this, you know, but to a certain degree, you need to give everyone the chance to express themselves and tell what they are, because if you don't, then you're just saying they don't deserve to be examined or understood. You're saying that they don't deserve to exist, which is
They
unfair at
right.
every level.
Some people just straight up like they can't recognize other people's existence because they're so caught up in just their own shit that they do struggle to like put themselves in other people's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Anyways,
But yeah,
let's just
just
continue.
that the idea of the line of principled belief people respect just made me think of the idea of like respecting people's beliefs and whatnot. And I remember when we made the comment that if you don't respect someone's ideas, then you don't trust them, or that you're discrediting them from anything. Hold on, I'm being called away. Distract the people.
Distract the people. Oh God. So, have you all heard? I guess you probably haven't, unless if you are a fan of One Piece like I am. But there's been some sort of news thing about how one of the biggest theaters in all of France, like I don't know, fucking some French bullshit. Oh God, no device. Oh, then we're back. The I don't know, some French.
That's funny.
Very
I immediately
fancy,
come back and it just dies.
Right, it did. But anyways, it'll
And
be
it's
premiering
back!
there.
Yes, oh wait, actually, never mind. I need to make a new video because it needs to be unplugged and replugged in.
Oh God.
Alright, here we are. Whoopity-doo. Okay, we're back. Here we are, after some slight difficulties. Am I gonna be clean enough to cut that out? I can easily cut that out. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we're back.
Even if that's just
died
conditioning,
For now,
I
right.
can't second guess myself. I won't.
Although if you won't second
Some
guess
way to
yourself,
put it.
wouldn't that eventually
If you
wouldn't that
won't
make you
second
the
guess
issue?
yourself, then you're denying the possibility that you could be wrong.
Yeah, I was
This
gonna
is
say, wouldn't
exactly
that
what I
make
was
you the
just
issue
talking about.
eventually? Because if you don't,
That makes you the issue. You're
Yeah.
hypocritical.
Looks like
You
your
won't
speech
even
has her
acknowledge it to
speechless.
better yourself
Maybe it was too
for
much
that
for her
issue.
innocent little
Because
head.
you can't even acknowledge the fact that the issue exists.
Listen,
Alright.
you
Anyways.
can't get by in this world on good intentions alone.
Would be nice if he could, though. If you ask me, it'd make life a hell of a lot better for everyone, even if it's tough.
How do you mean?
It would.
18, so we can go for
Well,
12 minutes.
gotta accept it's an ugly process, right? Say you decide you want to be idealistic, selfless, and you live your life, try to set a good example.
Right.
Then you realize, whoops, the world sucks. All your idealism and wishful thinking can't cover up the evil in its rotten core.
Now you're talking sense.
Maybe. But it's not about the world you live in. It's about the one that comes after. One made by the kids who grew up on your wishful thinking.
And they wouldn't inherit the wishful
Agreed.
thinking, but the wish itself.
Exactly. Gives them hope. And with hope, we can make a better world than the one we've got now.
A better world.
I mean, true.
For
This is
everyone.
like futuristic hellscape brought by capitalism. And
Whatever.
also, I don't think
Let's just get
humanity is
going.
evil in its core. I believe that it has the capacity for it in its core.
Yeah.
And also, I believe that with like the proper, pushing,
Mhm.
it can easily be pushed into a more, let's say, devious, like by societal standards, like devious route of life.
Yeah.
And
And-
it wouldn't be like hard or morally unjust because of their experience. It's all personal. Your
And-
viewpoints, everything.
And in certain degrees, I'd almost say, I mean, not that the World War was even any easier since they didn't. Wow, I just kind of farted there. Okay. What I meant to say was that not that things used to be easier. They were definitely harder back then, but not to say they were actually good either back then, because they were surviving. They weren't worried about morals, like starting a nation. They were worried about getting fucking destroyed by like the thing that had been existing for years on end. Like America was not exactly concerned with, oh man, we can't be hypocrites to ourselves, and it's like it was more concerned with survival, I'd imagine. So even if you think America is completely good, it's not exact. I don't think it can be true because of the fact that priorities change over time. Like nowadays, of course, we're not worried about. Well, we're not 100% really worried about England taking us over, but now we're much bigger and stronger, so we can focus on more important things.
Like destabilizing the democracies in other countries, so we can ourselves become the Britain of the world. Yes, like America was never built on good foundations or like nice ideals. Like there were people with like dreams of that stuff and who wanted to make that a thing, no doubt, who had better ideas. A lot of them like did live in Americas. It doesn't change that when it came down to the fundamental creation of America, there were plenty of flaws and like non-morally like just intentions put in the fine print of the groundwork of this country.
It kind of makes me think of how like
has problems.
It kind of makes me think of how, like, whenever people used to talk about Columbus, like, in classes and whatnot, it'd be like, oh, yeah, he just explored everywhere, and he got really confused, that's all it was. When in reality, he was, if he ever found something new, he kind of just said, shit, they're trying to kill us, destroy them before they kill us! It's like, he by no means was he like, oh, man, I'm interested in finding out what you new people are. Oh, you're probably from,
Or
wasn't just pure confusion, he was also quite violent and quite horrible.
Yes, he was violent and horrible. Never discovered the Americas, was just a fucking awful person who stole shit and colonized.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, that's just what his people did. So you can't call him out single-handedly for it.
No.
Because it's
just a
societal
situation
problem
where
at the time.
where he has been applied, where it's like, man, he explored and he found all these cool places and he got confused.
A lot of
like he's just human like the rest of us, and it's like, yeah, he's human. He also killed a lot of people and made a lot of dumb things. You know?
Oh yeah.
Not that I'm saying that's horrible, but you know, he was not like
he
the perfect
did
person.
a lot of
He did a lot of
dumb
fucked up
things.
shit. Yeah. So
Was an
question.
idiot, too.
Continue main story. I think we're going to the orphanage now. So do we do that or do we do a hangout event? Because we've only got I think 7 minutes. Or
Okay, let's
6
do a quick
minutes.
hangout event.
Okay. Who do you want to hang out with?
You know who.
Well, no, there's two.
Saizo.
Saizo or Mildy and Saizo?
Let's do Melody and Saizo this time, actually.
Alright. Honestly, I'm kind of interested for this because I feel like they want to have a hard time bouncing off each other with how
Me
he's a
neither.
middleman and he can imagine like if he's more open to conversation,
Say.
isn't so close-minded too. He's not as close-minded as
He's not as hypocritical and ignorant as Arrow is.
yeah. Oh wait, I forgot. I just do this. Okay.
Honestly,
You
I
know-
feel like that's Melody's real problem with all of Yatagarasu or whatever. It's just because they seem very hypocritical. I feel like
Yeah.
that's her main problem.
You know that I think now that I think about it, you two had covenants for most of your lives, right? People keep saying they enhance natural talents. Did you two notice anything like that?
Well,
I don't know. I think if I think back, I guess I was kind of a piano prodigy back when I was a kid. Maybe it was that. Whenever I messed up on a display of the keyboard, messed around on the display keyboard at a music store, I'd draw a crowd. Once I heard a song, I could play it myself note for note too.
Huh. I never would have guessed.
But now I'm here, so obviously that didn't pan out.
a shame.
How heartbreakingly tragic.
Hey, don't patronize me!
all in the past.
Still, I don't have any regrets there. I wasn't exactly in an environment where I could develop that skill. Not like I wanted to be a pianist by any means. What about you, Melody? You must have had a covenant since before you could remember, huh?
If I had some hidden talent I never found it, the covenant was a gift wasted on me.
I mean... Yeah, no, life can be unfair like that.
Life can be unfair like that, huh? With or without a covenant.
Can't always get what you want.
You can say that again. It never goes how you're expecting, but I guess that's how we ended up here, enjoying drinks together.
You know, I have to wonder what the covenants are in the end. Are they grant these intense powers to their bearers, but they can only be passed on through death of the past bearer. A strange system. Perhaps it's symbolic, an echo of each cynical nature of history. History?
Okay.
How do you mean?
In the Phantom Society.
At least within the Phantom Society, we discussed the covenants as something biblical. We saw their roots in the book of Genesis. But if you consider the covenants descriptions independent of that scripture, you start noticing similar patterns in all kinds of historical religions.
Ah,
I think ancient spiritualism had some stuff like that too. Something about regicide
Regicide.
and succession of a power? Not just political power, maybe. And there are all kinds of mythological stories about mankind gaining knowledge through fire. Wouldn't be surprised if that was covenant related.
True.
Indeed, whatever else may be true, the covenants are intrinsically tied to the history of mankind itself.
it's more like...
Our history, huh? Well, most of those were from myths and religions. What do you think, Miss Tech Hive Mind? We in the age of science. Wait, we in the age of science now?
Seems it's self-evident to me. If Ion's path is converging with the covenants, diffic? I need you to say this word.
See.
Deficit?
Alright, self-evident, conversion, convert.
Deficit?
That's what it looks. The thick pinnacle.
The thick pinnacle of scientific principle meets the sum of human history.
It's, well,
This
I'm thinking the word
sounds
deity.
way over my head. Next to this confidence. Oh my god, next to the covenant stuff, we're just insignificant specks. Way too deep for me to handle.
Ah,
That's so? Are you backing out of the mission, Saizo?
Hell no! Even if I think we don't have a chance, I'm not gonna sit around and let the world end. Capichi?
Are you okay? Capiche.
Capiche. Okay. Well, I never seen capiche spelled out. I fucking saw
Alright.
capi, and I'm like, chi? Capiche? I
true.
didn't know what to think. Listen, when you only sound out words, you're kind of screwed if it's not directly, like, if you don't make the correct connections.
I mean, right. I guess that is true.
Like, when
But
you're sounding out words.
I don't know.
Like, if you don't
I mean,
connect
it
the
looks
correct
like
syllables.
capiche sounded out. It does kind of like it depends on the spelling, I guess, but it does look like a capiche. Have you just like never seen it? Like you've
No,
never
I've
seen
never
it
seen
spelled
it
out
spelled
before?
out, so I went ka, pi, chi, and I'm like, what is that? What the hell?
Well, honestly, capi would have just like helped me get it to capiche, but
I
mean,
don't really
fair
say
enough, I guess.
capiche, so I don't really know what it means, like end of sentence, right? Like end of point or something.
it's basically saying like at the end of the sentence how you'd say like, and I'm going
Period or
to. You
something?
got it? Like you got it? Like
Okay.
just trying to like emphasize like.
Okay,
like,
yeah,
you best
I don't really
believe,
see
like-
that word, so me sounding it out didn't make the connection of what the hell it was supposed to be. And for all I knew, it was like a Japanese
and,
word, so I'm like,
I
Connor,
think
get
it's
on this.
Italian. It's Italian. It's
Okay.
Italian. I'm pretty sure. But
Well, I mean, that makes
it's
sense.
like if you hear someone like imagine like a mafia like have you seen like Godfather or something?
No.
Like imagine someone like saying, well me neither. But imagine someone saying like, and I don't want to hear a word out of you. Capiche?
Okay.
Like does it like that? Does that work better for you?
I mean, I get what it meant at first.
have it
I
in a
just meant that
sentence.
I had no frame of reference beforehand, so I wouldn't have made the connection really anyway. Without any reference material, there's no way I was gonna make that connection with the way I was approaching figuring out what the word was. My
Fair enough,
approach
fair
and the
enough.
way I went into it didn't help by any means, and and since I had nothing to compare it to, I didn't really have any guesses of what it could have been.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
True, while sitting around and discussing abstracts won't get us anywhere. All we can do is fight back against the threat in the ways we can. Yeah, well said. So the age of religion gave way to the age of science? Makes me wonder what will come next.
It's
I
an
don't think that's
inch.
necessarily true. I feel like the antithesis of religion gave way to science, but okay, like questioning religion and like not believing
Yeah.
in it. I mean, I guess if you need an antithesis to always like
If you
believe in
enjoyed
something
this
else, then
video,
sure.
do that stuff on the screen. If you have any questions, send in the comments below
Oh,
or to our
sorry.
Discord servers, links in the description and our about section. And as well as our other medias in those same places as they're associated. On the left is recommendation from YouTube, and on the right is the series Sorolocus Slackers 2 in its
Right.
entirety on the right. And we'll see you next time, fellow Shades.